Alright, yo, what's up you guys? My name is Jay and welcome to an introduction video to a new TCG, new card game that I have made. And I guess you can say you can add another tally to the homemade TCG community because I am introducing NEXGEN TCG. This is a card game that I kind of created for my cousin's birthday. It was pure nostalgia factor because back then I was really into card games and he was kind of like my player 2 to card games. He also played the card games that I made, so here are some of the card games that I made. This is the Marvel TCG that I made. Obviously I used the actual Marvel cards, but the engine was different. They had their own little effects. Also, he was there to see all my other cards, like like these ones, you know, just like every TCG player out there, homemade TCG player, everyone had their own card game. Oh wow, Slim. Yeah, it's crazy. Just a little small backstory. Slim kind of been a character that I've been reoccurring because Slim's kind of been there since elementary school, ever since I started like making like homemade comics, I guess. But yeah, anyways, that's besides the point. This card game was actually also based on a comic series that I had in mind. I did make issue 1 actually, and if people are interested, I will put a link in the Discord. However, that is that. So I've already printed obviously these cards from Game Crafter, but what I'm hoping is, since there are like huge delays and I know people don't like waiting a lot, what I was thinking is I could make my own packs. You know, I love these packs to death, but what I was thinking, if if people are really interested in this game, I could make my own homemade packs. All right, so I was kind of like all over the place here, but I was trying to say that I was gonna open up an Etsy shop where I can have these cards printed out with Game Crafter already and then kind of pack them in my own way, so that way you guys can get the packs a little bit faster and you guys don't have to wait for the printing with Game Crafter. But that's just a future thing, don't worry about it. So let's just, move on to the next part of the video. But that's beyond this right now. Okay, I just want to introduce you guys to this because it was really fun. I got to play test this with some friends before showing it to my cousin, and
I'll end my turn.
What? This is next gen.
We had some fun. There are some things that we have to change, like this card right here. Some cards were misspelt. One card was misspelled. I misspelled thief. And then you also have some effects that will be redone because kind of just helps engine cards and also helps out the things. But yeah, so pretty much that is that small introduction to the backstory. Yeah, so right now I've already created 2 structure decks that you guys can play with, and then you got your booster packs. Now these booster packs do contain 18 cards and it's guaranteed 1 rare. The rarities are different. There is elite rare, there is secret elite rare, and then the limited rares are only the ones that are listed in the structured deck. So these 2 guys, you can only get them in the structure deck. And then you got your common, very basic stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll give a basic rundown on what these cards do and the different types of cards. But I want to kind of make a separate video on how to play it because it is very, very long, I guess. It's basic, but also just like the whole, I guess, the battle phase type area is kind of different, because if you guys haven't noticed already, you guys are probably looking at the card and you're like, yeah, why are there 3 different stats there, right? And then you guys will be like, armor, attack, okay, what's SPD? What's SPD? Well, speed, right? And it's kind of like something I wanted to be unique. And if you guys also didn't notice, I had speed for these ones, and it's a game mechanic that I had for the longest time. I kind of wanted to be different, and I remember when I was making card games back then, I was really into Pokemon, competitive Pokemon, and speed is something that determines which Pokemon gets to attack first. So anyways, the way speed works here is that it determines which character can attack first, and essentially that allows you guys don't really attack on your turn. You attack during the battle turn or battle phase. So you guys basically have your standard turns. It goes draw phase to battle phase, then end phase, and then your opponent does their draw phase, planning phase, and then their end phase. And then after you guys do those turns, then it goes into the battle phase, and then that's when you guys kind of separate each other with the speed amounts and kind of determine, okay, this person attacks first, this person attacks next, and then if there are speed ties, you settle it with a dice roll. Yeah, you definitely need dices as well to keep track. You don't really need dices, you can use pen or pad just to keep track of damage. It's gonna be a huge video explaining how these things go, and I kind of want to structure it out. I'm not really prepared right now. I just kind of want to introduce the cards. Yeah, so in terms of character cards, you got your Gen 4, your Gen 2, Gen 1, and Gen 3. Pretty sure everyone is smart watching these videos. You start off with your Gen 1, and then you start off with your Gen 2 to upgrade it. Then you go upgrade to 3, eventually to 4. And basically, you just want to keep playing high leveled cards. Obviously, the blue cards are heroes, and then the red cards are villains, but there will be different types of cards in the future. These are just, like I said, base set. It'll also tell you here, so you got heroes, human. There are also different types like mutant, like these guys right here. In the future, like I said, more archetypes, and you'll be familiar how some cards have like winter in them, and they're kind of like the card that are like the name archetypes, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. But that's kind of how these cards look like. I think they turned out really well. But those are the character cards. So we're gonna go on to the essential cards. I like to say, and essential cards right now are only the weapons, casters, and prompts. Now, weapons are obviously the ones that you equip to a character, and it basically just affects how they work and stuff. Casters are like spell cards, like in Magic, like in artifact cards that you can play, enchantments that you play, during your turn. And then prompts are, your hand traps, your instant cards that you can play during any turn. So it's a way that can kind of change the game during, your opponent's turn or during the battle turn, and it just allows you to get up with the pace and stuff. And the reason why they also have numbers is because it tells you if you could play them or not. So depending on what character you have on the field, if you have one character, you can't play a 2 cost. But if you do have I guess 1, you can play a 1. I will tell you right now, there aren't many essential cards right now for the set. It's mostly just character cards. However, I will be adding a lot more essential cards in the next set that I'm working on right now. Actually, you know what? I'll give you guys a sneak peek preview on set 2. So these are kind of like, this is what I use. I use Adobe Draw to kind of draw all of my characters and stuff, and this is kind of sneak preview on set 2, and here's set 1 that I've been working on. I draw all my stuff on my phone, by the way. I don't have a tablet or anything. I just kind of drew this. I had different character art before. This is how they looked like before, slim, and then there's Jinx. But I was like, damn, it doesn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. Because like some of them would be bangers and then some of them wouldn't. This took about like a couple of weeks to make, right? So obviously this wasn't the first result. Like I'll show you how each cards look like with like different things. But the first one essentially looked really basic, and I was really happy with it. But then I realized this doesn't feel right. And then I had a second version that looked similar to this, but then I was like, that also didn't feel right. But then this was the final version, and I think it went really, really well, and I was very, very happy with it. So yeah, there is 70 cards in total. Well, 72 if you include the limited rare cards. But yeah, pretty much that's it. This is a huge dream come true. When you're working with these, especially with everyone in the home and TCG community. I'm sure you guys know what that means. When you move up from like paper, cardboard, and then you move up to something kind of looking official, right? This was like the closest one that seemed official, but I didn't make it myself, so I didn't really feel satisfied. But this feels so much better, and I'm just really, really excited to share this with a lot more of my friends. I only playtested it with 2 of my other friends, and they seem like they enjoyed it. Yeah, pretty much that's the introduction. I probably missed a little bit more, but that's obviously going to be in the how-to video. I still want to prepare for that, but that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, there is a Discord server that you guys can join, so I do look forward to see you guys in there to kind of communicate with me and see sneak peeks. I also will be introducing kind of exclusive rewards and obviously giveaways, introducing this game to the public, so add another tally to the homemade TCG community, because I guess you can say your boy is part of it now, and I think I'm really, really proud to be finally part of a homemade TCG community with some proud work. So definitely am grateful for anyone who did watch this and who will follow the journey. And big shout out to a lot of other people out there who have kind of been working and grinding on this community as well. Pretty much that's it. Yeah, this is next gen. This is just something that I kind of want to just play with friends, and hopefully in the future I can play with you guys. Have a Discord server, Discord tournament, and we can do some remote battles. That'd be pretty fun. I'd be really, really happy to play with you guys in the future, if there's anybody who follows this. But like I said, if not, it's fine. I can play with my friends, and I'd be even more happy. But I just hope that some people can enjoy watching these types of videos and follow along the journey. Other than that, that's enough babbling at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have been a lovely audience. My name is Jay, and I'll catch you guys in another day. Until next time, fellow TCG makers and homemade TCG community, I will see you guys next time. Later.